All right. Shalom. Before I start, you're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim. Rachachurash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa Akwath, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. Another video through the Spirit.
It was
your brother Malat from GMS Detroit. Hey, in this video right here, I'm dealing with this case, that recently came out. This young Jake, a high schooler, almost fucked around and got killed because a AI operating system falsely identified his potato chip bag with being a pistol. And so the police rolled up ready to blick him out, right? And this ain't the first time, y'all, if you remember in the news, where AI and facial recognition technology has been caught wrongfully getting so-called black men, right, Israelite men, in prison or hemmed up. And as I'm going to play one video, the lady's going to go on to mention that the AI has a hard time properly identifying black people, right, because of our skin, especially those that are darker. And that's not by mistake, y'all. That's the whole thing. Here it is AI and ChatGPT can answer every goddamn question you damn near ask it. But you mean to tell me you can't tell two niggas apart? And ain't nothing wrong with it. It's working as designed. It's designed to discriminate against you. All right, so the point of this video, y'all, this New World Order, his MLTB system, it doesn't include your black ass. He's creating and setting this New World Order system for himself. If this place had the time and if Esau Edom would be able to get away with it, he would wipe us out and live in his technological utopian world, in his eyes, right, which has no place for us, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the biblical Israelites. He's done with us. We built his kingdom up in his eyes. We have served our purpose to him. He wants to do away with us and create his technological heaven, which is your hell. All right, so I'm gonna actually I'll let this one play.
It was an ordinary day for 16-year-old Kenwood High School student Takai Allen. After football practice, he sat outside the school with his friends, waiting to be picked up. He ate a bag of Doritos and crumpled it up in his pocket when he was done. But he had no idea that action would lead to guns in his face 20 minutes later.
Police showed up, like 8 cop cars, and then they all came out with guns pointing at me, talking about getting on the ground. And I was putting my hands up. I was like, what's going on? And he told me to get on my knees and arrested me, put me in cuffs.
Officers searched him, then found the empty bag by the door. He says an officer then showed him a picture from the AI detection system the school uses, saying the crumpled up chip bag looked like a firearm. Superintendent Dr. Miriam Rogers says the system worked how it was meant to.
It worked how it was meant to. That's all you need to hear.
Program is based on human verification, and in this case the program did what it was supposed to do, which was to signal an alert and for humans to take a look to find out if there was cause for concern in that moment.
I don't think no chip bag should be mistaken for a gun at all.
The school's principal, Kate Smith, sent a letter to parents saying, in part, "Please know that ensuring the safety of our students and school community is one of our highest priorities." But Takai says Smith didn't come to speak to him until 3 days after the incident happened.
I was expecting them to at least come up to me after the situation or the day after. But 3 days later, that just shows, like, do you really care? Or are you just doing it because the superintendent called me?
He says the principal asked him how he was and to come to her if he needed anything. Now he feels on edge at a place where he's supposed to feel safe.
Now I don't feel like sometimes after practice I don't go outside more. Like, because if I go outside, I don't think I'm safe enough to go outside. Especially eating a bag of chips or drinking something. So I just gonna go out there, or I just stay in the building until the ride comes.
He thinks the school should invest in more accurate technology so this doesn't happen again. Superintendent Rogers tells us she'll review the notification process and consider changes.
Hey, so AI is against you niggas. And some of the first ones getting the MLTB are going to be our people. And this man's system is designed to destroy you. It's not to your benefit. He's not all inclusive. He doesn't want everybody to enjoy the benefits of this technocracy. It's designed to be his benefit and to your oppression, Jacob. And once again, this ain't the first time this, AI and face recognition technology has been caught wrongfully jamming one of us up. I'll get another example if you remember this from a couple years ago.
A 28-year-old Randall Reed spent 6 days in jail. He was in Georgia and arrested because Louisiana police used facial recognition software to say that he stole a purse in Louisiana. The thing is, he's never been to Louisiana and he doesn't steal. Police use face recognition by uploading all of our photos into their software, and then they have cameras that they scan our faces, and then if they're looking for someone, they match the face with the scan, and then they will pull up and arrest us. But here's the problem. The thing is, we shouldn't be surprised because there have been studies, including from our own government, that said there was racial bias in facial recognition, that there was inaccuracies, more inaccuracies in African American and in Asian faces than in white ones. And now we let the police use it to arrest us? This report from Harvard is worth reading. These concerns, these worries of face recognition are valid. That gentleman did 6 days in jail for stealing something in a city he's never been, for doing something he's never done. We need to start holding these officers.
So if it's inherently racist and flawed, why are we using it? Why? Because this man is the devil, y'all. This New World Order does not include your black, brown ass. And the sooner Jake realizes it, you might actually get somewhere. Many of you silly ass niggas is gonna flee to this man's system, and you're gonna find yourself fucking swallowed up, y'all. And I want to get this real quick, because technology, is Esau's idol. And one of the things that we're told, y'all, is that you can't make any idol that works exactly like or better than a human. Right now, you can create a calculator for math, right? You can create a computer to search this and search that, but there's nothing. The Heavenly Father is in control of spirits and souls. And Esau, as much as you might type something in, it gives you an answer. It's all automated. It's all pre-rendered, answered, and questions that have been ran through and cycled thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of times. And you're just gonna get an answer back. It doesn't have the eyes like a real man. It doesn't have reasoning like a real man, because it ain't a real man. Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 15. It says, "For they counted all the idols of the heathen to be gods, which neither have the use of eyes to see, nor noses to draw breath, nor ears to hear, nor fingers of hands to handle. And as for their feet, they are slow to go. For man made them, and he that borrowed his own spirit fashioned them. But no man can make a god like unto himself." So here it is, y'all. You create all these things. Esau Edom has created all these tools, but nothing beats the Heavenly Father's creation, which is us, man, literally mankind. So of course his technology is flawed. Of course he's gonna design it and engineer it to target your monkey ass. And many of our people are still going to trust in it. They're gonna lean on that broken staff, that reed of Egypt, right? Where it says, what? If a man lean into it, it's gonna go into him. How much more do you need to see that this man and this kingdom is against you? He could have created it to not be able to recognize maybe a particular bird. Nope. He creates it to purposely target you niggas. Everything that he does is evil, y'all. His technology is not the answer for our troubles. Let me get another one. Now you had the famous case. Let me get, where's that? If y'all remember this one. This guy was out here, out of Michigan.
Not make a show in front of your wife and kids, because you are under arrest for your warrant, for your outstanding warrant. Can I see the warrant? We will show you the warrant in the car.
Absolutely.
Hold
on a second.
Sir, Sir.
I'm trying to put my phone down, sir.
Go ahead. Okay.
Well, you grabbing me. Go ahead. You holding me.
Look.
In 2020, Robert Williams was arrested in front of his wife and children. He was accused of a crime he did not commit.
Slow down.
No. We're the police. Don't tell us to settle down. This isn't a game.
The Detroit police had used a face recognition tool that turned up a false match in a shoplifting investigation.
Retail fraud, first degree.
Yep. Remember, I told you 2 years ago.
2 years? No.
I'm just listen. I don't make the case. That's what we
Hi,
get.
Rosebud.
Face recognition technology is more likely to misidentify people of color and other marginalized groups.
Why? Here it is. Didn't we go to the moon in '69? Which we didn't. But you know, we got shit that can go into outer space. We have cameras that can take pictures of other planets across the galaxy. But you mean to tell me they can't make a goddamn lens recognize between Thomas and Jarrell? It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. It's how they designed it. And that guy, y'all, he's actually up from Rochester Hills, a very a nicer area in the Metro Detroit area. You know, a good money making nigga, right? You know, he married to a white woman, all that. He got all the stops. Did any of that success or coonery protect him? No. This Esau is not playing, y'all, and his technology ain't either. All right, now let me go to this Revelation 13 real quick. Revelation 13. Yep, Revelation 13 and 13. It says, "And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men," right? Bringing down missiles, right? That's what him dropping those bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki is what helped establish America as the world power of the earth, right? Verse 14, it says, "And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live." Right, so the focus here, those many miracles which he had power to do, y'all. We know that America's at ancient Rome revived, right? And this, one of the blessings that was given to Esau Edom was his technology and his sword. And through that, he's set a standard in the world. The automobiles, right? The railroad system, internet, all these things that we have that came out of America, that came out of Babylon, right? Which many of them our people helped to invent and innovate upon. Nevertheless, Esau gets the credit for it. He's created all these things in the world. He's seen as the most intelligent, greatest, advanced. You know, there's some brutal dickheads, but everybody looks up to and worships the white man because of what he's been able to accomplish in this earth. Has the minds of the people completely sewed up. But is that to your benefit? The answer is no. Right now, you know, it says what the people that they should make an image to the beast. Right, so these people bow down and worship, and the accomplishment of that is going to be taking his mark. And is that mark that he's coming with going to be to your benefit? The answer is no. If these cameras and AI systems are already targeting your black monkey ass, what makes you think his mark is going to do you anything damn better? It's not. And it tells us that in 2nd Esdras. This New World Order system that he wants to establish, reach his form of immortality by way of mixing man with machine, it is not for us. It is against us. And his entire culture, the image of the beast, the ancient revived system, culture and customs of Rome is completely contrary to us, the Israelites. His apparel is contrary, his language. Here it is, y'all. In Hebrew, we're supposed to go right from left. He's then trained us to go from left to right. We're supposed to be clothed and covered. He's naked and tatted up. We're supposed to eat healthy and fast. He eats around the clock, full of chemicals. Everything that he does is against us. So if you think he's going to create something to our benefit, you's a motherfucking fool. Second Edger 16 and 40. Second Edger 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, being idle, right, with things offered unto idols. So when Jacob's trouble is full blown, right, and things are disastrous, he's gonna present an option, a fix to all the problems for all the people down and out. You're locked out of society, right? You can't function. The dollar's collapsed. He's going to present something for the world to take as if it's a solution, and it's not a solution. Verse 69, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. If you are deceived by his great miracles, and you go ahead and take that mark when he produces it, you're gonna wish you hadn't, Jake. You're gonna wish you hadn't. All right, you can combine it. Revelation 16 and 2. They're gonna have that grievous sore, right? We know that word in the Greek is helkos, that cancerous sore. However it's gonna manifest, we'll see. This man's system is not for us, it is against us. I can't stress it enough. You have a lot of Jake in this new modern world, niggas gonna be, techie ass niggas. And there's nothing wrong with being, intelligent or having an understanding of how technology works. But many of our people, they get over invested in this man's kingdom and his capabilities. And you're gonna walk yourself into death. That same technology you love and trust in is getting secretly set up to kill you on some Terminator type shit.
This is Democracy Now! I'm Amy Goodman as we turn to the growing controversy over police use of facial recognition technology. After the first known case...
And we're only going to be getting like the first 5 minutes of this.
...of police wrongfully arresting someone in the United States based on the technology, though critics say that...
This was 5 years ago, y'all. I remember doing a video on this because it happened out here, and it was in the news a little bit. It's not going to start. It's only going to pick up and pick up and pick up and pick up. And then they're going to be drop a whole list. Go pick up these people. AI going to drop this list. Go get them. They're going to drop a list on us. Go get them. Wanted for such and such an act. And didn't do a damn thing. Man, y'all out here playing with the devil.
Are likely many more cases that remain unknown. It was January 9th when Detroit police wrongfully arrested Robert Williams, an African-American man, in front of his own home based on a false facial recognition hit. His wife and daughters, ages 2 and 5, watched him get arrested. This is Williams and his cousin Robin Taylor describing the ordeal in an ACLU video.
I was completely shocked and stunned to be arrested in broad daylight in front of my daughter, in front of my wife, in front of my neighbors. I can't really put it into words. It was one of the most shocking things I ever had happen to me.
Jake need to go on a diet, but they did him wrong. But Jake, you do need to go on a diet, boy.
He could have been killed if he would have resisted, being a black man, being arrested, or having any encounter with the police. It could go badly. And, that is something that we worry about in the black family when someone has an encounter with the police.
After Detroit police arrested Robert Williams, they held him overnight in a filthy cell. His fingerprints, a DNA sample, mugshot were put on file. This is Williams describing how the officers interrogated him based on the false facial recognition hit.
So when we get to the interview room, the first thing they had me do was read my rights to myself and then sign off that I read and understand my rights. A detective turns over a picture of a guy inside Shinola, and he's like, "So that's not you?" I look. I said, "No, that's not me." He turns another paper over. He said, "I guess that's not you either." I picked that paper up and hold it next to my face. I said, "This is not me." I was like, "I hope y'all don't think all black people look alike." And then he says, "The computer says it's you."
But the next day, police told Williams, quote, "The computer must have gotten it wrong," and he was finally released nearly 30 hours after his arrest. This comes as Democratic Senators Ed Markey and Jeff Merkley introduced a bill Thursday that would ban the use of facial recognition and other biometric surveillance by federal law enforcement agencies. On Wednesday, Boston City Council voted unanimously to ban its use in Boston. Earlier this month, Amazon placed a one-year moratorium on letting police use its facial recognition technology, and IBM's announced it's pulling out of the facial recognition business entirely. Well, our next guest.
So if IBM had pulled out of it, you know this shit's crooked as hell, y'all. Come on now, y'all. It's designed to target us on purpose. Just like anything else. He didn't taught dogs how to kill you. Nigga didn't taught sea creatures how to chase you down if you're in a boat. Nigga didn't taught birds how to track you. You don't think he can create a goddamn camera to pick you, to make you the fall guy? Come on now.
Is a computer scientist and coding expert who documents racial bias in this type of technology. Joy Buolamwini is a researcher at the MIT Media Lab,
cyber racism, goddammit.
Of the Algorithmic Justice League. She's also featured in the documentary
AJL, Algorithmic Justice League. This shit is a joke, man. This place is a damn cartoon.
Coded Bias. Welcome back to Democracy Now! It's great to have you with us again, Joy. It was great to interview you first at the Sundance Film Festival. We'll see you when that film festival begins again. It's not going to be happening next year. But Joy, talk about this case. Talk about the Williams case and its significance, how it happened, what's the technology, and what's happening with it now.
Yes, so the thing we must keep in mind about Robert Williams' case is this is not an example of one bad algorithm. Just like instances of police brutality, it is a glimpse of how systemic racism can be embedded into AI systems like those that power facial recognition technologies. It's also a reflection of what study after study after study has been showing. Studies I've conducted at MIT with Dr. Timnit Gebru, Deb Raji, studies from the National Institute for Standards and Technology showing that on 189 algorithms, right, you had a situation where Asian and African American faces were 10 to 100 times more likely to be misidentified than white faces. You have a study, February 2019, looking at skin type, showing that darker skinned individuals were more likely to be misidentified by these technologies. So it is not
because he programmed it that way. It doesn't make any logical sense. You can ask ChatGPT, any goddamn ChatGPT knows how many goddamn spikes is in a damn porcupine, goddamn it. But you mean to tell me it can't recognize between two colored folk? It's designed that way, y'all.
Shock that we are seeing what happened to Robert Williams. What we have to keep in mind is this is a known case, and we don't know how many others didn't have a situation where the police or the detective says, oh, the computer must have got it wrong. And this is an important thing to keep in mind. Oftentimes, even if there's evidence in front of you, this man does not look like the picture. There is this reliance on the machine. And when you have a situation of confirmation bias, particularly when Black people are presumed to already be guilty, this only adds to it. Now, the other thing I want to point out is you can be misidentified even if you're not where a crime happened. So in April 2019, you actually had Miss Majid. She was a Brown University senior who was misidentified as a terrorist suspect in the Sri Lanka Eastern bombings. She wasn't in Sri Lanka. In the movie Coded Bias, the filmmaker shows a 14-year-old boy being stopped by police in the UK because of a misidentification. So again, this is not an example of one bad algorithm gone.
Yep, it's not just one bad algorithm, y'all. And Esau, y'all, hey, that's how he's designed it. You know, so we're not, you know, and we know better, us and the truth, you know, I'm speaking in general. This guy has many methods to get at us, and we can't be ignorant to none of them, right? You gotta be a whole demon, man. He could have then created the cures to cancer by now. He could have did this, did that. Nope. This little faggot sat in a goddamn lab somewhere and designed the little pieces of technology to even be racist against against us. 2 Corinthians, not 11. 2 Corinthians, 1 second, y'all. 2 and 11. I'm fucking driving towards sunlight. God damn. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11 says, "Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." All right, and it's funny, you know, we use the term device today as a word for technologies. But Esau Edom, guided by his daddy, all right, spiritual demon Satan, has many devices in this world. Things to make us go off and capture us up, destroy us. And quite literally, y'all, one of them happens to be his technology. All right, and the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? We have foreknowledge of it so that we don't fall into the pitfalls and the grimy hands of this devil, man. The gun is not his only sword, and I damn near say that the gun is one of his weakest swords. You know, we know his greatest being the thermonuclear missiles, right? But his technology in general, y'all, that's another method that he uses to wage war on us. All right, so that's about it, y'all. I just wanted to highlight that. We had another one of those incidences come up, and you best believe there's going to be more. And like that lady said, what about the cases of the people that it's happened to and we simply just don't know about? You got, Jake somewhere serving time, hard time, years gone for a crime that they didn't commit. But the computer said the DNA match, the face match. A nigga could have been goddamn halfway across the planet. Damn shame. Hey, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem, R'chakorash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wa'akwat, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Shalom.